Hi, welcome to episode 5 of Glenfall House's Questions of the Week. You're joining me, Charlotte. I'm our communications manager, and today I'm in one of the bedrooms at Glenfall House. I'm actually in Higgs' bedroom, for those of you that know it. And obviously, it's because we have an accommodation question for you today. So, without any further ado, I'm going to get straight started. Are there any limitations of what kind of ceremony you can have at Glenfall? This is a really good question, and you may or may not know what's been going on at the moment, but we got this week and we were all literally like, no limitations, none whatsoever. So in our opinion, love is love. If you want to have a civil partnership, if you want to have a civil ceremony, if you're same sex, if you're opposite sex, if you want to have a humanist ceremony, we want them all. Love is love, we love them all. So whatever type of ceremony you want, we can cater for. Obviously, you'll need an officiant or a celebrant to host it for you, and that comes with its own different sort of restrictions if it's a civil ceremony. But as far as we're concerned, anything and everything, please. The more the merrier, we can have it all. Second question, this was a really good one that was sent in to us on Instagram as well, so thank you for sending stuff in. We've booked with you and we wish to use your caterers. Can we just assume that your caterers are reserved because they're yours, or do we actually have to be explicit and let you know? So if you don't really know how we work here at Glenfall, we don't have any in-house caterers. We have recommended external caterers that we work with. They're really good caterers and with a big range, but we don't actually just assume that you're going to want to use some of them because you don't have to. So you can use one of our caterers if you'd like to, or you can actually go and find your own caterers. It's entirely up to yourselves. So in this instance, what may have happened is we may have spoke with you quite a little bit, and we've got a feeling you've met with one of the caterers and you really like them, their prices are good, and we think that, okay, it's likely that you're going to go with that caterer. So we'll get them to pencil the date in the diary for you, but we won't ever just go ahead and book them until you guys tell us, yep, you know, we want that menu at that price with that caterer. So that being said, if you're actually inquiring with a few different caterers, let us know just so we can make sure that they've got the date on hold for you if they're actually looking like a strong possibility, because until then they won't be on hold. So yeah, you must let us know for sure, so that way we can go ahead and obviously get them arranged, and we can go and work with you from there. You know, that doesn't mean you're necessarily tied into anything with them. That only happens once you've paid a deposit. And that's the same with any other caterer. If you've paid a deposit, then obviously the booking's confirmed. But until then, it's all open up for negotiation. So that was our second question. Third question, what times are check-in and check-out? And that is the reason I am in our lovely Higgs bedroom today. So slowly, each video, we're going to move around Glenfall a little bit. We started off in the morning room. Now we went to the Glen. And now we're in a bedroom. So as well as any questions, if there's any locations you kind of want to see an outline of behind me, let us know and we'll film from there hopefully. So check-in and check-out times. Our standard check-in is 4 p.m. Various different reasons for this, but mainly because obviously if there was something in there the night before, our main priority is whatever event is happening on that day, not making sure that all the bedrooms are ready. So our check-in's at 4 p.m. because that means that if it's your wedding, if it's your live celebration, if it's your private function in the day, if it's your corporate function, that's our priority. And then from there, obviously the housekeeping team will make sure that the bedrooms are done after all the reception rooms and all the rooms that you're using are available. So 4 p.m. is standard. It usually works quite nicely with weddings because it's usually during a drinks reception time. So everybody can arrive. Now that's not to say that if they need to get changed, if they're travelling from far afield, or if you do need some early check-ins, we're not going to, no, we can't. It just means you need to speak to your event coordinator about actually what bedrooms, how many, or even if we can just allocate one bedroom as a changing room for guests if they'd like to get changed before the wedding, party, function, anything like that. The other option as well, of course, is always to book extended use. So instead of just having the venue for the day of your hire, which gives you venue hire from 12, you can book extended use, which means you gain access from 6 p.m. the day before. That also means that all the bedrooms are there and they're available for you guys to book and pay for in addition to the extended use if you like to. So this works really well if you have lots of guests travelling, or if you want to use from up north, want to use from down south, and all the family are going to come together and you really want to make actually something of the night before the event as well. So wedding, function, anything you want. So I would say always have a look at the extended use as an option if you know that one, guests are going to want to check in before 4 p.m. on the day, and two, if you're going to want guests to stay and make a little bit of a longer celebration out of it, and then they can book those rooms for you. Checkout, our standard checkout time is 10 a.m. the day after the event. So you usually find that breakfast is between 9 and 9:45. So 10 a.m. is that nice time. You know, we are slightly flexible between 10 and half 10 unless there's another event on. And then obviously we will ask that we start to hurry everybody on to check out of the bedrooms. And at that point on checkout, you give us back the key, and it's your time to let us know as well any feedback about the bedroom. So the more feedback, the better, because we want everyone to have a nice stay with us. Our final question. I feel like now I've warmed up with these questions, we're one after the other. It's quite good. I'm a lot more comfortable and not poorly this week. So thank you to everybody who sent in well wishes. Appreciated that, and it helped because it's gone. So our final question. Do you offer a wedding website, or can you recommend some good ones? Okay, so as part of our Glenful House EMS client login, unfortunately that isn't a public website domain that you can then give out to your guests to let them know all the details of your event. Our internal EMS login is just something for yourselves to use where you can correspond with us, you can pop messages on there, and where all your function plans are in one place. It also has your billing, your receipt, terms and conditions. So it's a really good hub for you to talk to your event coordinator. So that keeps everything to do with us in one place. But it isn't open to the public, and it doesn't look super pretty. You probably wouldn't want to use that as your wedding website. So what I would suggest is, dependent on how creative you feel, you may feel really creative and want to start from scratch, or you may want to go to one of the ones that have actually already designed some templates for you. So there is lots of free ones out there. The one that I personally use and use quite a lot and recommend quite a lot is Wix. That's W-I-X. You still have templates, but what I like about Wix is it's free because they put a little bit of advertising at the top. Can't notice it. And you can upload your own fonts. So you can go onto something like Font Squirrel, download the font that you're using on your stationery, perhaps, and you can use that on your website as well. So you can really make Wix feel very personal, very bespoke, and you can just add on anything you want. So you can do RSVPs, you can do a link to a gift list, or you can just put pictures of a gift list on there and then maybe the link to where they can buy it from you. So this is much more of a website builder. It's more time consuming, it's more fun, so it depends how you feel like doing. Some other examples though, when they've already got some templates for you that you can just populate, is Wedding Wire. Wedding Wire is a really nice one to use. It's really straightforward and it's quite popular, but I'm not 100% sure on how the gift lists work on there either. Now the one that I know does have a complete gift list on where people can actually order from it is Prezola. So that's Prezzzola. Maybe one Z, looking at my notes, maybe one Z. We'll put the links in the comments actually, so you can actually just go and click on them. Spelling's not my strong point. So Prezola actually has the gift list on there as well. So you have everything that we've just listed above, RSVPs, a place to collect sort of any song requests, but you also have a link to a gift list. So if you say, and it's nice, if you're asking for money because you want help to the honeymoon fund, you can actually put on there meal for two, £30, and then guests can actually donate that £30, and they feel like they've gave you something towards the honeymoon as opposed to just cash in a card. So kind of touched on what we've discussed before as well about potentially not asking your guests to bring cash to the wedding. You can set up something like this instead. And then the last one that I want to mention, and this one's good because it does a free option, but if actually you find you want some more flexibility or you want to add on a few more options, then you have a paid subscription as well. So it gives you the two options, and that's Minted, M-I-N-T-E-D, but we will put the links on everything. And that one just is a free one, but it gives you the option to upgrade if you want to. So I may or may not have told you how to spell Prezola right, but those are definitely my top 4 recommendations. They're the ones that I found and the nice, easy to use ones and give you everything you need. If of course you found any other ones you want to suggest, just pop it on the comments. And as always, please can you just send some feedback as to how you're finding the videos. Just either give it a little like, give it a little share, send some questions, whatever you would like to do. Otherwise we'll keep picking them out of our email inbox. But if there's anything you want to hear, let us know. If there's anywhere you want us to film from next week, let us know. But for now, thank you everyone for tuning in for series 5, episode 5 of our series, Questions of the Week from Glenful House. And we'll see you next week. Bye.